All right, here we are. It's been a couple weeks since my last stream, and it kind of hurt me. I lost 4 subscribers. I was at 322, now I'm back down to 318. It's like YouTubing is 10 steps forward, 9 steps back. So, all right, without further ado, this is going to go over Last Man Standing. So basically, let's go over some stuff. This is going to be the hub right here. For Last Man Standing, there's going to be a blue side, a red side, and then white's going to be right in the middle. This is going to represent the teams. There's going to be a blue team and a red team. When players come in, they will spawn in this area. This area will be closed off, and we'll go over the mansion here in a second. Most of the stuff won't be here. On each wall, there'll be a red wall and a blue wall over here. And it's basically going to be for the teams so they can teleport. It'll be just so they can teleport to their village, I should say. So let's go over the game. The game is basically like a mix of 3 shows, I guess. Survivor, American Ninja, and Squid Games. I'm not really prepared for this because this area is not really done yet. Like this won't be here. This is for the blue camp to pick the blue camp and the red camp to pick the red camp. Hang on 1 second. All right, I just had to get a bottle of water. All right, so basically, okay, so over here, well, let's just go from the beginning. So in the beginning, hopefully we'll have a minimum of 14 players each, and the players will begin, and no teams are decided yet. And basically, what's going to happen is these 14 players are going to be allowed to go into the mansion, and it's going to be a mad dash. You have 1 minute, and each room there's a chest, at least, excuse me, not even a chest, a barrel, and in each room there will be a minimum of 1 item. Or no, damn, I messed that up. Hold on. This is the bad thing about streaming. In each room there'll be a minimum of 1 barrel with items. So you can find anything from carrots, potatoes, seeds, beetroot, melon seeds. You can find a totem, and we'll go over totems here in a second, which is probably the better things. You also find 2 eggs of each animal: chicken, cow, sheep, and pig. So nobody knows their team yet, so you can't sit there and hog those. You won't know who your teammates will be. So you just want to go in here, collect as much as possible. Hopefully you'll be able to clear out each room in under a minute. And then after that minute's up, everyone will be pushed back here. And then on this back wall right here in the white section, which is the neutral section, there will be a random random generator, which will either pick red for you or blue for you, and whichever color that picks, that's what team you're on, and everyone will receive an equal amount. So if we have 14 players, there will be 7 red on the red team. There'll be 7 on the blue team, and your team, you'll get your shirt. Either you get a blue shirt or a red shirt, and that's the shirt that you have to wear while you play the game. So hold on. This is kind of I'm kind of improvising this as I go. So yeah, that's just me building a bunch of stuff, and then I had to build a generator over here, and then you'll generate, so you'll get your color. Now you know what team you're on. And this is the most important part, because I'm going to give some tips on some things, and it's going to be rough because the game is going to evolve from the player. So, you know, depending how you guys play the game is how I have to make the game evolve. And make corrections where, you know, because in the game you can starve to death or you can be kicked off by your own team or your own teammates. So if you starve to death and you die, you're out of the game. So you want to make sure you have food and everything else. So the game takes place on hardcore mode. So you're dead. You're dead. You're out of the game. You're done. And that does not count toward at the end of each episode. There will be a vote off, where each team, or not each team, but we'll go over which team has to vote a player off. So if you're on the red team and 2 of your players died and you lost your challenge, you still have to vote somebody off. That may or may not change later on, but that'll keep it fair from people purposely dying, or just sacrificing themselves. Because if you sacrifice yourself, you're still, hey, you might as well just get voted off if you're going to sacrifice yourself. Okay, so that's basically that in a nutshell. We'll go over more as ideas come into my head of what I missed when I watched the stream back. So let's say you're on the blue team. Let me just grab we'll grab a red shirt. Why not? Let's put this on. Let's see what it looks like. I haven't even seen them. Oh, look at that. There we go. Yeah, I'm on the red team. All right, say I'm on the red team. Once this is done, once everything is sorted out. Oh, let me go back. Let me flash back here. Time set. So say you come on with a friend and you're playing, or with a couple friends, you can strategize with your friends via chat or Discord, private chat, just PM each other to come up with strategies. And you can do this even when you're not playing. So say you didn't get on the same team, you might have found 2 good items. Say you found a totem over here, and you're fairly confident in the game that you'll get another totem or something along those lines. You can actually give that to your player while you're in this room easily without nobody seeing, if you're sneaky. But keep in mind, each episode will be streamed, so whatever you do, it may be caught on the stream. So I'm not going to purposely avoid you getting things. I will, when it comes to totems and stuff like that, and I see a player near a totem where I know a totem is, I may turn around. I may not even watch it, but you may accidentally be caught in the background getting a totem, which can either work for you or against you depending on your teammates. So if you watch Survivor, when they find an idol, what an idol is, what an idol does. Well, totem does the same thing, but it also, like I said, if you die in the game, you're also out of the game too, as opposed to being just kicked out by your team. So the totem will save your life, of course. So if you get a totem and you die and you have a totem in your hand, hey, you didn't die. Never happened. So it has 2 different effects. And you can use it also to bribe or to trade or whatever it is what you want to do with your teammates. You guys will figure that out as you play. So that's a little thing to know, that you can actually help people. If you got friends out, whatever, and you guys get separated on different teams, you can actually help your teammate out still. I would do it as privately as possible because you don't want other players to see that you have teammates on other teams, because, hey, they're probably going to kick you off the team because they know later on, once you get down to 7 players, if we have 14, half of that is 7. So once we get down to 7 players, the red and blue will verge into, no, I'm not home. You can watch it later. So the red and blue will verge into the white team. And then it's all elimination. So it's every man for himself, or woman or girl or whatever you want to call it. So in that sense, it works like Survivor. We'll get on to Squid Games and American Ninja as the game progresses. But just keep in mind, like right now I have 2 challenges going. I'm working on my 3rd challenge, which is called Craft It, which is pretty cool. I don't want to get too much into it because I'm going to show you 2 of the challenges today. We're going to go through them. I'm going to explain them. And if you plan on playing in Season 1, it's going to give you an advantage. It really will, because you'll understand the game from the get-go. All right, so let's say the teams have been picked. Either you're on the blue team or the red team, and on these walls will be a little button that you can push. I am on the red team right now. Okay, so I got my red shirt on. I'm on the red team, so I'll play like I'm on the red team. So I push this button, and I'll automatically be transferred over to the red team, which is on the beach, which everyone starts with a campfire. And if you know Minecraft, because I tried to make this a really Minecrafty, so this is where you're going to cook your food. Not in Season 1, because I'm still working on these mini games. and I don't want to spend too much time doing code or anything like that, or writing in things. I'm trying to make it as vanilla as possible. The two games that you're going to see that the first one's very vanilla, the second one's a little bit less vanilla. But I'm working on those, so I don't want to focus too much on strategy for players. But later on, we'll just say when it rains, your fire will go out. Cool. Thanks, Cryo. So your fire is going to go out when it rains. So each player, you're going to play for flint and steel. You're going to want to keep your flint and steel because you're going to want to light your fire because that's the only way to really cook your food, and that's going to give you the best saturation. So it's going to be a strategy. Then you have to have, as a team, you have to manage your food, and we'll get more into that when I turn around and show you the Red's village. But you're going to want to keep your fire. You want to be able to cook your food and survive the elements until the challenge comes, until the voting comes. So it's going to be a real strategic game. And later on, throughout this world, there's not just going to be two camps. So every season's not just going to be the same camp. When you merge, it'll be merged into a whole different camp. So when the blue and white merge, or the blue and the red merge together to become the white team, you guys will be in a different camp that's not red or blue, and stuff like that. So it's really scattered throughout the whole world. So you may or may not be close to the red camp or the blue camp. The two camps might be close together, which means you can sneak over and continuously put out their fire, as a thing until you get caught. But you can do things like that. But just keep in mind, every motion you make in the game, you're going to be losing, hunger. So you're going to, you have to strategize. Okay, so let's turn around. Okay, so on the beach, you're going to have your red flag. This represents the red camp. So only the camps with people currently in them will have the red or blue. So there'll be camps scattered throughout that don't have anything next to them. And that's no one's camp. It's an empty camp. Now, in these camps are going to be vanilla villages with the huts and everything else. Everything's lined up. Every village. It was going on better, 7. Every village will have an 8 plot for farming, so you'll be able to get the stuff, like I said, in that mansion. When you first start, you're going to be able to get seeds, carrots, and all that other good stuff. And if you're lucky and you're really looking for, or if you're really getting through there, you can find 2 eggs of each animal. So if you only get one, well, now you got to manage that animal until you get another one. But keep in mind, here's a kicker for if you're watching the promo, there's animals out in the wilderness. They will not naturally spawn, but I'm not taking out the ones that are spawned out there. So as the game grows, invite more people to stream. What was I say? As the game evolves, less and less animals will be in the wilderness. So the further and further you're gonna have to go out to get them. But you will be able to win in challenges, eggs, so you can get more animals. So you at least want 2 to start a little, meat farm going. And each hut, you'll see here, and teams can argue over who gets the better hut or whatever, but the huts are pretty much the same, except I didn't fix this one out. That's not supposed to be there. Sorry, that's a bad example. I thought the fun one I didn't finish. Let's just go over here. So in each hut, there'll be an empty chest, and there'll be a bed for every player. And only 50% of the players will have to sleep to skip the night. And keep in mind at night, I'm going to go around doing some stuff. Like I might spawn in a bunch of phantoms. I might make something challenging. But whatever I do to one tribe, I will do to the other tribe. I shouldn't say tribe. That's too survival. I will do to one team what I do to the other team. But I'll be setting up things like that. And it'll be all command blocks, and it'll be all preset. It's not like something I'm watching you going, oh, and I'm going to really challenge you. It'll already be set, and I'll have a schedule next to me. So basically what my job is I'm kind of emceeing the game, but it's all preset, pre-done during the season. I don't just make it up on the fly. I say on this day, this is what I'm going to do at this time. And if you guys everyone's sleeping and you skip past that time, I won't do that event. I'll just skip the event. Sometimes I'll do things in the day. But I won't do anything that's going to cause death, immediate death. I will do things that cause people to get in a little bit of trouble. So it's going to be important for someone to manage the food. And then both teams will have a captain, because you're going to need a captain that's going to monitor the food, make sure no one's stealing the food, you know, because over here, say you find a totem, but you don't want people to know and you just want to hide it. Every camp has an ender chest, so you can put it in there. It's hidden for yourself. Just keep in mind, every time we load this, especially in the beginning, I will be emptying out the ender chest, so you can't save something for the next game. Why I got to be out right now? That's all right. Watch it later. Watch it later. This is just I'm gonna keep it up. It's gonna be out there for anyone that's interested in kind of getting a head start on things. And this isn't scripted, so it's kind of hard for me. I'm just kind of going over things. So I'm going to ramble a lot, and I apologize for that. So anywho, like I said, yeah, you're going to want a team captain. They're going to want to manage the food, make sure someone's not stealing the food, someone's not hogging it up, because later, as the game progresses, things are going to get harder, and you're going to need more and more food. So hopefully in the beginning, you get a good way of managing food and managing the better foods that give the better saturation. So you'll be able to win like golden apples and stuff like that during challenges, or sometimes during a challenge there will be a hidden golden apple, you know, or one that I just throw in there, and then when everybody gets in there and somebody finds it before it despawns, stuff like that. Okay, so in every village when you first start, no, I don't want to give any gear. Not at this time. What's up, Bree? You're arguing with my son right now. Which one? Alex sucks. Nah, he's pretty good, but you know he sucks at helping me. He has not helped one bit on this game. Ender Mike has helped me. His younger brother. He's helped me quite a bit. He's helped me put the paths in the village and build some of the houses. Let me put it back to day. Man, time flies. All right, so keep in mind, in every camp that right in the beginning there will be a totem somewhere. I'm not going to throw a totem 500 blocks away or something like that, but it's going to be in the general area of a village. It could be right in the village. What I won't do is put it in one of the chests in the huts. I won't do that because that's unfair. Because that just gives the player who picked that house, you know. But there won't be mob spawning. The only mobs that will spawn will be from command blocks that I put for random events. You get no gear. So, yeah, so you want to keep an eye out for those totems. Whenever a totem's used, I will place another, here goes the survivor again. I will I will hide another totem somewhere in the area again, you know, so totems can be found. And that'll be done, you know, throughout the game. Just keep in mind that the game is going to last. So let's say you make it past, you're not the one kicked off the first episode. It's going to be at least 10 episodes. So right now it's going to be every week. I might move it to Saturdays and Sundays so we can get 2 episodes in a week. I might do it 3 times a week. We'll see how it goes. If it really starts kicking off and it becomes fun and people want to play, I can run it more. And I'm hoping for the episodes to be about an hour, hour and a half, because we needed two challenges. One will be a reward challenge, and the other one will be, of course, the voting challenge where people can get kicked off. But there's a twist to the challenges, and let's go over to the first challenge. Or no, let's go look at since I showed the red team, I'm going to show the blue team. Let's go over here. These are temporary blocks. Oh, there will be a challenge wall here. And when it's time for challenges and all that, I'll let you guys know. And then you go over the wall and you push for that challenge, and you'll be teleported over to that challenge. Let's go. Let's go. More people getting on. Great. Don't forget to give the video a like, guys. It helps out a lot. I'm going to make a video on small YouTubers because I figured out the algorithm on YouTube, and I think it's really important for smaller YouTubers to realize it's really difficult to get on that algorithm, and nobody's really saying it. The bigger YouTubers aren't really saying how to get on there, and I totally get why they're not. But and maybe I'll even mention in this one. I don't know if I have time. I don't want to ramble about that. Okay, so right now we have Dodge Row is one of the challenges, and then 4 Doors. And 4 Doors was made by my 8-year-old. I just put a little more of a twist on it, but I really liked his idea, and it gave me an idea for this game. So it really turned out really well. So let's go back to the mansion. If you don't know what the mansion is, you have to watch the video again. I explained it a little bit. And let's go to the blue team. And we'll just check out this camp since we checked out the red camp. So this is the blue camp right here. And again, somewhere in the area, you know, not ridiculously far out, you can find a totem. And the totem will be in a chest, just to let you know. It'll either be in a chest or a barrel, but you can find it. And look at this. Look, we have a pig right here at camp. I have to kill him off. I don't want any animals on the island. I want players to at least go out. And you can win leads and all that too in games. There'll be like choices. When you win a game, you can actually choose between prizes. So if you need a lead more than you need flint, you know, but like I said, right now, as of right now, I'm not writing the command in for flint and the fire. But I will later on, and I will write in a command for when it rains, the fires go out, and other teams or yourself can put out the fires too. All right, so this is blue. Oh, I didn't show it on the other one. Okay, so see, this one has an 8 farm too, has an 8 plot farm. So someone's got to manage that. But also they're going to come in with pins for animals, so you'll be able to keep your animals in there. And that's about it. And then I don't want to show too much. Like I said, each house comes with a bed and a chest. So it's going to be, I'm going to actually buy a server. I want to make sure we have a really, really good fast running server so nobody loses connection during the game, because that's going to suck, because especially during 4 doors and challenges, it'll suck to get, you know, to lose connection or something like that. So I'm going to make sure that we get a really good server, really fast connection. I'm going to go all out for the server. So and okay, let's go to Dodge Row, because Dodge Row will be the first game. This is going to be the first challenge for players, and this will be the reward challenge. So let's go to Dodge Row. You guys have seen the pictures on Discord. So basically, if you're on the blue team, you're going to be transported right over here, and this is where you're going to start. The red team's going to start over there. So let's just say this is the very first episode. It'll be 7-on-7 on my marks, because I'll be flying around, because I'll be emceeing the whole thing. On my mark, players will get in a boat, and they'll head off to their podium. So if you're blue, you're heading over this way. If you're red on that podium, you're heading over there to your podium over there, and you're taking your boat. There cannot be more than 1 person per pedestal. If there is, he's got to either get down and get over to another one really quick, you know, but you cannot reach the top with 2. If you do, both players are eliminated. But you can definitely get over the. I advise you not to jump from pedestal to pedestal, because there is a barrier block in between. So keep that in mind. Don't try to jump. Also, before you do a challenge, the captain or whoever you elect captain of your team needs to manage the food and give out the food, or tell players, his teammates, how much food they should take or how much food they can have. This one's not so bad because it's over water, so you're not going to take too much damage. So let's say we get in a boat. We're on the blue team. I'm going to run over here real quick and run backside. You see there's a ladder. You can pull up here. Now keep in mind, you cannot touch the water. So, whoops, the water is out. So you'd climb up here. And I'll give you a rule of do not open the barrels until ready. And once everybody's up in position, I will say go. Once I say go, you can go in the barrel. There is a bow with punch 2, an infinity, and 1 arrow. So basically you have unlimited arrows, and then you have punch 2, which basically if you hit a player on the other side, they're going to fall off. They're going to fall in the water. They're out. Now here's the kicker. So the winning team with the last player on, I mean, there might be 3 blue players left and no red players. Whoever has the last player on, whether it's 3-1, they win it, so they win the reward, okay? The red team who had lost, everyone on there is in trouble. Let's say this is to make it easier. Say this is an elimination round. So the loser has to vote someone off. Yeah. So the winners, they win immunity. They don't have to kick anyone off their team. They're all good for the next episode. The red team, however, has to vote somebody off. Here's the kicker, though. The last person on the red team who lost cannot be voted off because he did the best for his team. So he gets immunity from being voted off. So the following 6 plus the 7 he gets to vote has to vote somebody off. And basically, if you watch Survivor, if you get the most votes, and voting will be done with name tags and an anvil. So everyone will write out a name on a name tag, drop it into a hopper that will disappear, so you can't change it. Then I'll read out the results of it right after the voting is done, and then I'll announce who got kicked off. But everyone will see it on my screen. You'll see, who got voted off. So if you watch the stream, it's better to watch the stream and keep an eye on what I'm looking at, because you might see something, that is going to be beneficial to yourself. And if you're not watching it, you might be at a disadvantage. Okay, so basically that's how that happens. If you have a totem, then it goes on to the next votes and stuff like that. If you play your totem and say, nope, I'm safe, then you're safe for that round. You'll go on to the next one, and whoever else had the second amount of votes will be kicked off his team. And then there'll be a smaller version of this for ties and stuff like that, where we'll just make it quick and say, okay, you guys had the same amount. We're not going to goof around and make people revote or something like that. We're just going to send you into the arena, and whoever loses is out. So there'll be different ways like that. It's getting nighttime again. All right, so let's say that was done. Blue won. Yay. Blue's a winner. We're going to go back over here. And now let's check out 4 doors. Now this one's pretty cool. I don't want to give away too much. These are where the mini games get a little bit more challenging, a little bit more. It's luck based, it's memory, it plays with all your skills. But there is luck involved in it, especially if you can do it all in one run. Okay, so keep in mind too, as the game evolves, and let's say right now I'm working on, for episode 2, I'm working on Craft It and Avalanche. Those 2 mini games right now I'm working on. I'm trying to throw those into the next one. Maybe for the 3rd episode, I will come back to this and kind of rebuild it and put the eye candy in. Right now, these are just being fast built. I put too much time into this right now as it is, more than I want to. Originally, this was just blue room, red room, green room. That's all it was. It was just not even themed. It was just the color of the room. But as I built it on the server, I've put more time into it. So over time, things will change and get better. All right, so as your DJ, I'll be up here. Of course, I'm going to control everything, so everything's controlled by me. So basically, I can get around. I have blocks hidden where players can't get to it. That way I can get around really, really quick. So let's say you all spawned in down there. There's the room. Let's go over here. We'll take a peek so we can look through the iron doors, and we can see the next room. So you can do that whatever you want. During the beginning of this, I will tell all players they have to be behind these 2 pillars, and then once they are, I will say go. The door will open. Players can come through here, and boom, 4 doors. So this is the name of the game, and there's 13, I believe. 13 or 12. I lost count. And this is what I've been doing the last couple weeks. There's like 13 rooms, and all the rooms are different, unique, and they all pose their own different challenge. And basically, you're going to have 4 doors. 1 door is the right door, and hitting the right door, it'll replenish your hearts. So if you lose hearts during this, because there's ways to lose hearts. You can die in this, but it'll replenish your hearts. So it's important to remember the rooms and remember the right door. One other chest or one other door will put you back at the beginning, so you're starting back there again. So there you go, it pushes you back. 2 doors will put an effect, and that effect can be anything from poison to speed to levitation, you name it. It can be a good effect or a bad effect, but it doesn't go to you, it goes to a random player. So it gets really tricky. So as you're playing this, things are going to happen to you. You're going to get nausea for no reason. You didn't even step on a plate. Somebody else did. You could be winning the game, and the only thing that won't happen to you is you won't be teleported because of another player. So another player steps on a plate, you will not be teleported, but you will get effects. And like I said, they could be good, they could be bad. It could be the wrong time to have a speed effect. Sometimes you're just going to have to sit still and wait for it to be over. You're going to have blindness, all sorts of different stuff. So let's see. I'm not going to do this because I don't want to have to change the codes on these doors. So let's kind of skip through the walls here. You can't really see anything. Okay, so there's another room. Again, you have 4 doors. You have to choose the doors. Like I said before, one door will be the right door. One door is going to teleport you all the way back to the beginning. So remember the doors as you go. You might get lucky, and if you get lucky and get to the 4th one, it'll only ever knock you back 3 doors. That's a maximum that you could be knocked back during this thing. So once you get past a certain point, it won't knock you back any further. So every room that you pass after the 4th door is one less room that it'll knock you back if you make a mistake. And then there will be 2 effects that are given to random players. And the effects can last from 10 seconds to 15 seconds, and they can be intense. Some of them can be really intense. Like you could have really bad nausea. You could have really bad darkness. You have the glow effect, so you can actually see players, you know, how far they're ahead of you or how far they're behind you. If you're in the front or if you're in back, that'll give you the place. So I don't want to really show too much of this. So here's another room, just a real simple room. First few rooms are really, really simple. Again, 4 doors. I don't have to explain to you what's going to happen there. I don't want to show you the path. Some rooms will be a little themed. What's going on, Striking? Some rooms will be themed, but again, 4 doors. There you go. Got to pick the door. Got to get it going. And try not to get the effects. Then you have like water rooms that have multiple doors, but only 4 doors will ever open or give effects, negative and positive. Then you have some parkour rooms. You know, you got to figure them out, and then of course they only take you to certain amount or certain doors, so you got to figure that out as well. Another water room, but this water room's a little bit different. It has air bubbles, and the doors are at the bottom, so it can be challenging, and you can drown. Then you have some more parkour rooms. It's raining outside, but yeah, you have more parkour rooms. And for some reason, my good old skeleton's not showing. I don't know why. Why is my guy not showing? There he is. Yeah, see, he stops people because you have 2 choices. You can go this way or that way. You choose the wrong way, you got to come all the way back or drop down and climb back up. So any parkour room will have a ladder back to the beginning. Then you got to choose your door again. And let's, oh, I can't go through the wall because I'm in creative. Okay, let's go to this one. Then you have a glass room. Same thing, same whatever. Then you have this room. This room I'm not going to turn around because this room's got a surprise. It looks easy, but there's a reason for this wall and this ledge up here. And if you can figure out the theme, you can probably figure out what's behind me. Then you have a room for navigation. It's going to be a room that might take a little bit of hearts from you. You got to navigate through it. And then you have the final room, which is just a basic wood room, but this is the final room. Now this room is a little bit different than the other rooms. This room will have a door that you will make it through. The other rooms, or the other doors, I'm sorry, don't have effects. They have TPs. One is 1 space back, or 2 rooms, or 1 room back, 2 room back, or 3 rooms back. Originally, this was going to be random, so it would actually propel people forward, you know. But I decided to go ahead and make it, you know. I mean, if you made it this far, I shouldn't punish you more than just making you go back, not making other people pass you, and then they get lucky and pick the right door. And then you get to the last little bit, and cool, I didn't show you. And this is the finish. Players have to come down here. I don't know what's wrong with me. There we go. So players have to come down here. And as you run, you can see that it's blocking other players from passing you. When you get to the end, you're blocked in. You are the first person. You don't know which doors. You have no idea. Every door has a hallway. If you think it was because of the hallway, every door has a hallway. It's trickery. It really is. So as you go through in your first person, the second person can't pass you. So this allows me There's no argument who was first, who was whatever. As soon as you get, whenever you get out of the room, you want to run down this hallway as fast as possible to secure your spot. So no one can take your number 1 spot. Number 2 will be secured. Number 3, so on and so forth. That's how that works. And a lot of the ones that are team challenge end that way. So that's basically, this is it from the outside. You don't get to see it. There's another, that's not one of the camps, though. It's too close to one of the challenges. But let's see, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rooms. So there's 12 rooms to beat it. And that will, I think, wrap it up. If you have any questions, go ahead and let me know now. Or if you have a suggestion, I'll listen to it. You can always talk to me in Discord. Oh, don't do that. Pop that there. Turn that off. Close that door. There you go. That's it right now in a nutshell. Like I said, we'll do one game for reward, and then the next game will be for voting, and then we'll wrap up the episode and move on to episode 2 the following week. Weather. Oops, it'd be nice if I spelled weather right. Oh, why don't I just cheat like that? There we go. And set today. Wow, time just flies. Doesn't fly this fast when you're getting chased down by phantoms. Yeah, so that's basically it. If there's any questions you can ask now as I'm streaming, or you can wait and ask on Discord. Or don't forget that if you're watching this later on, hold on, is this stream only to show the games, or we're going to play in the stream? You're going to play in the stream. The game is going to be streamed. Yeah, every single, not just the games, the whole game in itself is going to be streamed. I'm going to jump around to different players. When you're not doing challenges and stuff like that, I'll be flying around in spectator mode. You won't even know I'm there unless you're watching the stream. And I'll just be flying around. Now, like I said, if I purposely see someone next to where a totem is, and I realize it, I will probably go pay attention to something else. I'm not going to sit there and go, "Ooh, he's getting close to a totem," and follow you. I'm not going to do that. My goal is just to see, what people are doing, jump around to different people and see what you guys are doing, how you're playing your strategies, and this is going to help me also build the game better as it progresses. And I'll jump around from team to team. And I haven't really marked it out yet. I'm hoping to start this next Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get 14 people, though. I was supposed to put this on Minecraft.net on the forums, and that's how I used to get people on my servers before. And I know I can grab people if I just make a short video of this and just kind of make a promo. I probably get quite a few people out, but I just don't have time to do that. What else? Yeah, so that's what's going to happen. Yeah, it's going to be a stream to answer your question. That was a long way to answer your question. Yeah, what else can I go over just for hints and tips? There won't be secret chest at items. I wouldn't really wander off too far because remember, it takes food, and it takes your hunger. So I wouldn't get into exploring too much because you're an adventurer. There's not much you can do. I'm hoping to do it next Saturday. I'm really hoping to get it. All I have to do is finish off the mansion right here, and we're ready to play the first episode. And I would love to start for the next episode. I would love to get this done. All I have to do is really build the auto picker, so it'll automatically kind of just pick teams for everyone. Like I said, if you miss the beginning of the stream, you'll go into the mansion in the beginning. You'll have 1 minute. There will be no teams at that point in time, and you'll go to each room, and in each room there'll be at least one barrel with items in it that's going to help you survive in the beginning, especially in the beginning. And then you're going to want to really use your head and work as a team to get a good strategy to keep everyone fed, because you have to grow your food in both ways, crops and animals. Like I said, there's eggs hidden in here, so you can have actual eggs and animals in the beginning. There might be a lead in here, so you can go out to the wilderness, find animals, bring them back. Or don't forget, you don't need a lead. If you have seed, you can bring a chicken back, stuff like that. So it's, in the very beginning, it's going to be really team-based. You're really going to want to work with your teammates and get everything done. Like I said, it kind of sucks that it's been 2 or 3 weeks since I streamed. I lost 4 subscribers, and that happens every time I don't do a stream for a while, and it really, really sucks. So now I'm going to have to work harder to get all that back. But I think if this kicks off, it'll start rolling in. So my plan for rewards and all that in the future is I'm going to go ahead and try to get monetized. I'm going to try to get my 1,000 subscribers. I'm already halfway to the watch time. I'm not worried about that. But I think this game will do pretty well once we start getting going and people understand and people come in and watch. They're going to want to play. So later on, we might have to do a lottery system for people to play. I think in the first season, though, the first few people that get voted off first will be allowed to skip the lottery and be able to play the second season, so they get a chance to play longer, stuff like that. It might last too. The first 3 people who get voted off will be able to return without entering the lottery. Cool. That'll help out. Sorry, I almost called you Crypto Cryo. Yeah, because it's hard for me, man, and my son is not helping me out at all. He's not. He'd rather play games and not do any work. He said he was going to help me MC this. Hopefully I do, because I want 2 streams going so we can get different points of view of the stream. He's trash at Minecraft. Well, he actually just started playing legit. Like, I've always played legit, and he just started playing legit. Back in the day, not back in the day, 2 years ago when I was streaming, I did streams. He'd join me, and he was always cheating in the streams. And he died cheating one time. It was hilarious. Yeah, so that's basically, that's all I wanted to cover today. I didn't want to go another week without a stream and leave you guys hanging, because I know I'm quiet sometimes on Discord. It's just because I'm busy. I'm doing things. Also, on my Spider-Man and my Fallout 4, I'm just trying to wrap those up, guys. Once I wrap those up, I'm not going to do playthroughs anymore. I'm just going to dedicate everything to streams. But you just got to give me time for that, because as of right now, I think episode 19 of Spider-Man got published. I'm actually almost done with Spider-Man right now. I'm on episode 90, so that's a long game. And I'm 100%ing the game. It'll be my first 100% game I've ever done. The last one I ever do, because I just like to beat games. I don't like to play them 100%. And then I'm finishing Fallout 4, which I'm on episode 60 or 59 right now. And I have 82 of those, but I'm not even halfway done with that. There's going to be over 150 episodes of that. So it'll be like 3 months before I wrap those up. But I'm going to take that time and judge how this does compared to everything else. And so if this does really well, by the time those end, I'll continue. But if this is still kind of doing bad and I still only have a couple hundred subscribers, then I think it's time to call it quits. But I'm hoping that this does good. Anyway, we'll go ahead and wrap this up. If you guys have any questions, any more questions, you can actually ask me right now while I'm live. I'll wait a couple seconds or a couple minutes. I don't want to rush. But yeah, I need to finish this off, get that done. And this is all going to change. Like I said, I'll end up coming back through when I have time and decorating it. Yeah. And Crafted, the game I didn't show you, is going to be a really cool game. It's basically going to be speed crafting. Well, I'll give you 5 items, and they'll all be the same item. Everyone crafts the same item, and whoever can craft them the fastest. It'll be pretty neat how I do that. And that'll be crafted. And then there's the avalanche, where it's going to be loose snow, and you got to navigate through loose snow, which you can get seriously hurt in that. And there's a bunch of other little mini games. What I'll also do after every episode, I'm going to try to do a tutorial of how to build these mini games. So at the end of maybe season 1, Avalanche is going to be fun. But it's going to be brutal because as the episodes progress, it's going to get more and more brutal. And then when you get down to the final 7, it's going to really get brutal. So, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought there. Damn it. See, I stopped to read. And I do that. Yeah, I was just talking about that. It's harder, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I guess it wasn't that important. But yeah, I'll just, as time progresses, I will put more eye candy into it. Just more scenery, more things like this will change. It'll become more of a design, and I'll throw more of my stuff into it. Oh, the wall's going to be fun. That's going to be another fun mini game. Oh, okay. I'm going to stop with that, the wall. No, after each episode, what I was trying to say was before, I will build a tutorial of how to build these mini games. So players, whether you're out or whatever, you can actually build this on your server. If you guys like the game, you can actually just build it on your server and practice, or just have it on your server just to have fun. I will actually do tutorials of how to build these mini games. Yeah, but going back to the wall is going to be really cool. It's going to be basically a speed run through a wall that's going to have pistons that just come out and try to push you off the wall. And players are going to have to navigate that. It'll be pretty neat. Each player will have it. And that's when it gets more brutal because it's going to give a lot of fall damage. And then if you fall down, you have to climb back up and start all over again. So it'll be interesting to see how people get through that. Anyway, yep, no questions. If you do, go ahead and ask it in Discord. I'll try to answer as quickly as possible. Also, in the link, or in the description, I'm sorry, is the link to Discord. There's no invite, as you guys can see I cleaned up the Discord a little bit. Like, there's no invite page and stuff like that. That was all for my old realms and stuff like that. We will be playing at 1.19, and I know people are really it's time set. Worried about 19.1. So that won't change. It doesn't work with pistons. Yeah, especially pistons with slime balls or slime blocks. You're gonna get really pushed. Yeah, so that'll do it now. Like I said, yeah, if you know people, go ahead and you can invite them. Just do me a favor so I can get a rough number. If you plan on playing, go into Discord and go under, whether it's the Last Man Standing chat. You can see the name keeps changing. I cannot come up with a name. I think Last Man Standing's going to stick for a while. Just go into the chat and say that you will be participating. Even if we'll try to make it this Saturday. Let's just say this Saturday the game will be going at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. Just say that you're going to play, and then I'll mark you down as a number. As soon as we get that number, I'll be happy. I'll be more relaxed, and I know that we can go ahead and do it. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up now, guys. I appreciate you stopping in. As always, you guys rock, and I could not be doing this without you. Yeah, and that's going to do it, and we'll wrap it up. And I'll catch you guys next video.